All right, welcome everyone to the TK podcast. We are your hosts, KingsHaki, Roronoatrey,
The fight is on!
and Bluefire.
Hello, hello.
With our special guest for this evening, Zoldyck-Zay.
Hi.
Come a little closer to the mic there, Zay. Can everybody hear him?
I don't deserve the title of special guest.
He's also going to be our artist designing our logo for the podcast soon.
Eventually.
And you can look up his other art on miiverse and all that. But anyway, let's get into the show. All right?
Muji muji?
Segment, we are going to do a Shovel Knight review with Trey. So Trey,
Shovel Knight.
What are you thinking about Shovel Knight now that you've played it a little bit?
Shovel Knight is a throwback to the NES era. You know, for all you youngins out there like Chrono and Kai that probably remember the NES era. Yeah, it's pretty good. I would say the game is definitely I never really played too much of the Mega Man series, but it's definitely, I would say, like the Mega Man series in that each boss is like themed closely to his level. And so there's not like area 1, area 2, it's just like one giant level with save points. And then you fight the boss, and it's pretty funny, I guess. Like the dialogue and like the towns are like reminiscent of Zelda 2, the one that nobody liked. Although the towns in that game are pretty good, but it's got this charm. There's like this dance. Oh yeah, there's like this dance that you can go to this lady and she'll do this dance and it takes forever and you can't skip it. It's like she just dances forever. It's like dance 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 dance. It's pretty funny. And like she's just like jumping up on the table, kicking her heels, and you can't move. But yeah, it's like got its own charm. Like there's one guy that I always go to. He like makes a whole bunch of puns. He's like, "A Shovel Knight sounds like a groundbreaking idea." And yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah, I'll say the game is definitely not easy, but it's also pretty rewarding when you beat it. You're like, yes, I beat this stupid level. And
so it's like the old games, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's as well. I would say it's still pretty tough to a certain extent, but it's not cheap like a lot of old games were. You know, where they're just like, you feel like they were hard just because of the design, not necessarily because it was hard. You know,
what was it, Castlevania 2?
Yeah, it wasn't like that, or it wasn't like Contra. You know, where it was like the game was hard because it was like unfair. You know, it was like, you know, I don't know what I guess it's like comparing Superman pre-patch and Injustice or Deathstroke pre-patch and Injustice, where it was like he was hard because he was unfair, not because he was necessarily because you were doing anything wrong. I felt like. Whereas this game is more difficult, but like if you die, it's pretty much because you did something wrong, I guess.
Yeah. So what would your overall rating be?
Well, I mean, if I rated the game, I would say it's definitely good, but it's also pretty short. But they also show that they put like there's like over 300 cheat codes you can have for the game, so you can definitely tell that they like went all out for the game. But it's not the longest game in the world, but it's still pretty fun. So I mean, I think for $15, I would say, if you don't have anything to play, and if you're like me and you love platformers, then I would definitely give it 4 Milky Waggers out of 5.
Awesome. Alright, well thank you, Trey. Anything else about Shovel Knight?
It is a super idea. Ow!
Alright, and with that being said, let's get into our anime news for the week. Alright, so this is the anime news segment. Lots and lots of One Piece news, which maybe Trey and Bluefire and Zoldyck-Zay are hearing for the first time themselves. But first, there's going to be a special episode of One Piece that is premiering in August. And this special episode is going to be 2 hours long, and it's going to be covering the 2-year time skip in more detail, like what Luffy was doing with what's that guy's name, Rayleigh, and how he was training to get to learn hockey and all that stuff. And it's going to have some new story to it as well, but yeah, it'll definitely be really cool. And Oda said the end also features a must-see part for fans of the series, so don't miss it. So
That's pretty cool.
I don't know what that means, but yeah, that's coming out in August. One Piece.
So does it focus just on Luffy, or does it focus on like the whole Straw Hat crew? Focus on what happened in the world government during that time?
It's a lot of focus on Luffy, but it also says there's a man who escaped from Impel Down, like the level 6 part of it, and his name is Burndy World, and he has like a power to amplify or enlarge anything in the world and quickly manipulate it at will. And so that guy, I guess, is going to have a little run-in with the world government and all that stuff. And that's kind of like a side story, I guess. You know, like that's like a story in its own, but while that's going on, it'll also show Luffy as well, training and stuff. So I guess to answer your question, which I think is like, will it tell us any more about the actual, canon stuff?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, I think maybe a little bit about Luffy and then like that little special part at the end. So, but I think some of it will be like filler type stuff,
Not to sound all fanboyish, but that last bit's probably going to be Sabo oriented.
Yeah, it might be.
But ew, just use the F word. Ew.
What? Oh,
Ew. Filler, the F word. Ew.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like too.
But I guess Oda did create that character and all that. The character is going to be used and all that stuff. Oh yeah, and can you give us a strong right real quick, Trey, for One Piece Collection 10 with Frankie on the cover coming out this September?
Strong right! Ow!
I myself have got 1 through 9 already, and that's a good deal. It's like $25 for like just about 25, 26 episodes, so it's pretty good. Also, the One Piece panel at Anime Expo revealed the cast for Film Z, like the dub cast. And Film Z is like a big hit in Japan. It like sold was in the theaters and was selling tickets like gangbusters and stuff. But of course we got the usual people in it. But some interesting ones to note are like Lauren Landis playing Aang, however you say that name, Aang. Lauren Landis from Attack on Titan. And then you got for Z, you got Jeremy Schwartz, and Benz is Matthew Mercer. And there's a lot of other awesome, voice actors in that cast, but those are some of the main ones. And finally, a little Oda interview with the China Times.
China Times.
Yeah. This is translated from the China Times, I guess. But you can read about that. I know the One Piece podcast has that on their website. And something interesting that I got from it is I knew Oda said he didn't sleep much, but he said he only slept 4 hours a day from 8 a.m. to noon, and he said that's enough for him.
That's pretty hardcore.
Oh, another awesome thing he said the powers used by female characters are related to the wishes of everyday women. Like Alvida's slip fruit gives her, the ability to have like perfect skin, like slippery and giving her perfect skin. And Miss Valentine's kilo fruit, if anybody remembers that, allows her to change her body weight. So just interesting stuff like that. There's some more stuff in there, but yeah.
Definitely not the sexist remark there.
Yeah.
Get him to explain Khalifa from the CP9.
Yeah.
The girl that behaves all day.
I'm sure you'd have an interesting response. Alright, and with that being said, I realize I'm saying with that being said a lot. So wrapping up that segment, let's get into the weekly One Piece chapter segment. This is the weekly One Piece chapter segment, chapter 752, Palm. Are we ready?
Palm.
Yes.
You ready to go through it?
Yeah, let's ready.
So for this week's chapter, there's a lot of tontadas and stuff, so I guess we could just all read, our own page or whatever. Since Bluefire's guy, Kelly Funk, spoiler alert, is about to be axed. And, my guys are everywhere, so just read your own page, I guess. But we can do the cover page together. What y'all think of the cover page?
Well, is that little sea kitten supposed to be like those one fish that were like at Alabasta?
Yep.
Wait, which ones?
Remember the fish Luffy tried to eat when they were arriving at Alabasta? Like those weird cats.
Yeah, it made its way. It lost itself pretty bad.
Are you talking about those? Wait, I don't remember that.
They were like these cats with a weird face. They look like they've made figurines or whatever out of them, like real life. These weird cats.
Moneki Nekos.
Talking about those Japanese cats that are like gold?
They wave.
Yeah,
They're called Moneki Nekos.
Okay.
Moneki Nekos.
And this is why we have Zay on the show.
They're supposed to bring good luck. You remember Meowth, right?
Yeah.
He was holding that coin. Yeah, he's good luck. Something like that.
Oh, I remember those from Gomon too. You could collect them. They're like, and he'd be like, "Easy."
Moneki Nekos.
All right, but anything else about the cover page, people?
Yeah, well, maybe it'll help Jinbei get closer to the Straw Hats. I don't know.
See, that's what I was saying. Last week I said Jinbei is coming in, and Jinbei came through. He came through in his little bubble ship. He's making his way. It'll probably take him 50 chapters, but he's making his way down to the Straw Hats.
Meet George Jinbei.
He might be meeting up with the Twirly Brow Pirates or something. I don't know.
Twirly Brow.
Oh, yeah, they probably need it.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. All right. Well, Zay, our guest, you want to start out with the first page?
Do you wish for me to read this?
Yes.
Okay.
You kind of explain what's going on too a little bit.
Okay. Doflamingo's just shown up, and he's saying, "I see the weak are combining their powers." And Law and Luffy are still surprised. Doflamingo! And Doflamingo is like, "To get your cuffs unlocked, Law." Because Law is still in his sea foam cuffs, or what are they called. So he can't do anything. He's useless, as always. Not really. Law's awesome. And Luffy's yelling and attacking Doflamingo like, "What are you doing here? I came to rescue you. What stupid trap did you fall into? A shortcut, really?"
Click.
Click.
You forgot the all right. Blue Fire, take it away for the next page.
All right. I guess Lucy is realizing that he's probably the target. He's like, "Move." And then Doflamingo fires at him. "Bloodstream, move, move." And Luffy's like, "Mercy." Freaking Try Guy's like ready to abandon him. "Leave him behind, Straw Hat." And he's like, "Black." Yeah, Lucy falls out. But
Luffy got messed up. He got messed up, man. You need to pay a visit to the vet. Alright, I'll take this one here. No sense of impending danger whatsoever. That's the Flamingo. He's giving his little monologue. "I'm very disappointed. At this rate, anyone could kill you." And then we have we have Moosey, Luffy, and Law all kind of like drowning in this like little shallow pool of water. They're like blub blub. And Luffy goes, "Huff, hang on, Moosey." And then Doflamingo continues his monologue. "There's quite a fierce battle there over my head, and you've managed to find allies even in these circumstances. I've kept an eye on you since the Paramount War because of that special ability, but now I find you're an incredible fool. Why did you choose him, Law? I thought you were a smarter man than this." And then Law gives his little exclamation point, shocked looking thing, like he's about to tell Luffy something about his past that you don't want him to tell. Like, "Yo, don't share my secrets." All right, but then Doflamingo continues, "Even as a kid, you were more cunning and calculating. Am I wrong?" Trey?
Okay, in this next chapter, we still have we have Doflamingo looking menacingly over him, and then he's like, "So just who turned you into such a soft-headed sap?" And then Law's like, "Shut up! I have no intention of turning out like you. I was saved!" And then Doflamingo's just laughing like, "Yeah. By who? My brother Corazon? If you haven't gone soft." And then he just like clicks his fingers because that's how he uses his powers, with the strings. He's like, "Then why are you dying such a pathetic death?" And then out of nowhere, the two warriors, the two guys that had fallen off the Moosey before, they come through with like a sword and swipe and like a, what is that?
A trident.
And he's like, "Downward trident rush." And they're like, "Stop right there! Don't lay a finger on Straw Hat!" Oh!
Awesome. Alright, Zay?
Oh, okay. Well, Luffy's still drowning here pathetically in a little puddle of water. You guys. He's like mumbling like he has a lisp or something because he's underwater. "Are you okay, Straw Hat?" The guy who just stabbed Doflamingo with his pitchfork, trident.
That's a Doflamingo troll face.
Doflamingo troll face. He's doing his little laugh. And they're freaking out. What? Because he made a not a doppelganger.
A string clone.
A string clone, yes, string clone. Jutsu. And he's laughing again. And everybody acts so surprised. And Law's like, it was just a double! A marionette! And then the other guys kind of collectively are saying, whatever's going on, we're pulling you out! And yeah, Traffy still has his little exclamation marks, and Moosey's going pathetically. And then there's some sound effects. Flop.
Alright, Blue
And
Fire.
I would want to point out that I did call from last chapter that it was a clone.
Yes, you did. You
Man.
did.
Yay, points.
Hey, I was wanting to believe that there is some kind of surprise or twist coming, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, it's my turn. It's my turn.
Fine, Blue Fire, go ahead.
Alright, so yeah, they just saved Luffy, Law, and Lucy. Luffy's like, thanks, you saved me. Oh, shucks. As, I think his name is G.
Yeah.
And then Abdullah's like,
Yeah.
anyways, what's with this pair of legs? Did we actually take down the big shot? It's a fake, you idiots, said Law. Are you here just to joke around, or is there a point to all of this? Oh, Law shocked again. And then I think his name is G. He's like, oh, right, it was that darn Kelly Funk. He tricked us. And then Kelly's like, how dumb can you get? They fell right for it. And then G and Abdullah's like, once we realized that, we were going to knock his lights out. And then Doflamingo shows up, and yeah, you should see Dofla slash his back with his wire string. He's like, he wiped out Kelly the Assassin in an instant. Gotta be careful, you don't know where the enemy might pop up. So wait, are you saying? ...
So can I just say how racist is Abdul? His name is Abdul and he's got a turban on his head.
What is he supposed to talk like? Uncle Scrooge, you must
Yeah,
follow
I
your
don't
Scrooge.
know. I don't know, but that just seemed, it just clicked with me, you know, it seemed pretty racist
Abdul.
all of a sudden.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh boy. Alright, so this is a crazy page here. Trey, how about you still take the left side, but it looks a little bigger and weird, you know? Yeah, I guess I'll get this panel, and then you take that big. Or do you want me to just take this one, or what? What do y'all think?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you see how it looks crazy?
Yeah.
I'll just take the little side panel, and you can do the big one over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you want. Even though there's not much text. Alright, so, Luffy's on top of Moose. He said, Dad, you actually did save us? I feel so humiliated. What's going on outside? Where's Cabbage and all of them? And Jeet says, we're way behind. They're already on the second step. Dang. And Luffy, dang, I thought we were taking a shortcut. Kiros arrives on the first step, pulling himself up by the arm since he can't jump. Well, I guess he can, but he only has one leg. Huff, huff. What is this? And you hear, Goma, Goma? And he says, hmm?
And then it says, second step, Team Gladiator. Or I should do it in the narrator's voice. Second step, Team Gladiators. And then we have, eek! Not a single one of them fell in battle in the first step. And then the other guy's like, the foot soldiers ain't enough to stop them. But I don't see Straw Hat yet. Let us crush them one by one. Elephant's got no! Ah! And so Luffy just crashes through the, what would it be, like the attic of the place with a huge fist and just like punches his way through.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, everybody's just like all shout, you know, it's like the warriors from the Coliseum, but it's also Doflamingo's men henchmen.
Yeah, that was an awesome panel. I was just like how he busted through. That was awesome. Alright, Zay.
What was that? It's Fancy Boy. I don't remember his name.
Cabbage.
Yeah. It's Cavendish, or as Luffy calls him, Cabbage.
Yeah, I want to remember his real name. Cabbages. My cabbages. If anyone's seen Avatar: Last Airbender, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What was that? In the well. First step. There we go. You guys take care of Moosey. Did you really make a shortcut? Enough of this nonsensical madness. What was that? Is it coming again? Don't lose sight of the enemy, men. And he's pointing.
Alright. Blue Fire.
Yeah! Now this is chaos. Xinjiao's heading for the third step. Stop him! Look at this hole. And yeah, Xinjiao's running off, and then two of Delphalus minions are like looking into the hole Luffy made. He's like, where did it come? Ah! It's like, it's like shoots up the hole with his law on his back or shoulder. I'm coming for you, Mingo! It's Straw Hat and Law!
Alright, and then we turn the page, and we see my favorite group. Back at the former plateau, Royal Plateau. You're joking, right? Say, Nami and Robin. And, Bartolomeo is over there like, right? And then the Sotadas are screaming, it's Twoo! And then, Nami says, people can't fly. What's that?
It's Rebecca.
Oh, I keep saying Nami because I think, automatically think girl and, long hair and bikini is Nami in One Piece.
Taking notes from Oda.
I keep saying Nami. Yeah, that's Rebecca though. Which is actually pretty disturbing, as you'll see. She's only supposed to be 16 years old, and yeah, Oda's exposing too much of her. Okay, let's move on. Rebecca says, people can't fly with stag beetles. Robin's like, let's just run through town instead. And Bartolomeo is like, who is eating stuff right now? I hear nothing but crinkles. Who is crinkling? Or who was? Okay, nobody? Was it Trey? It was probably Trey.
Yeah, he has a history of eating.
Yeah, he's probably crinkling stuff. Well, it sounded like nothing but static. Alright, no, I can't focus. Bartolomeo.
Gotta beat me!
Superhero. Static shot. Alright, Bartolomeo says, yeah, I'm with them. And then Tontada say, okay, here's the explanation. And Bartolomeo is like, are you hearing this, Squirt? And there's a little panel that says Tontada Airlines Yellow Cubs. They say this is the TLL jumping service. Big people are too heavy to fly. That's what we said. But we don't got much time, so we need you to fly anyway. Yeah. You just said we couldn't fly, they say. And Trey?
Okay, in this next panel we see, what was her name? Scarlet, and we have, I forgot, King Riku or Riku?
Yeah.
Tiki. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, they're like, Leo! You Tontadas, you don't pay for this. How reckless. Are they alright? Because they had jumped off the cliff. And then we see Bartolomeo, Robin, and Rebecca all floating with it due to the, what are they called? Tontada Airline Yellow Cubs. And they're just in the air. And he's like, you'll pay! And then we have Robin looking there. And then we have a picture of Rebecca where, yeah. And then she's like, wow!
Everybody at once says, wow! What are you doing there, Oda? Okay.
Yeah, it looks like nature's either been kind or cruel to her, depending on your interpretation. But yeah, and so then it says, he's like, you can't fly, but we can slow you fall.
Alright.
So yeah, we got them. And one of the bugs right there looks like Usopp, I'll just say. I don't know if you guys can look at.
Yeah. Alright, Blue Fire.
What?
Do you know what page we're on?
Yeah,
No, it's Zay's turn. My bad. That's what you're trying to say, wasn't it? Alright.
And it's ta-ta-ta-ta-tas or saying something. Now make sure to land on the roof. I feel like they speak in an Irish accent.
No, they have a speech impediment, guys.
No.
Okay, wait, time out. I'll clear this up. Because if you listen to,
oh, here it goes.
part of our inspiration, if you listen to a One Piece podcast, they have the dude, Stephen Paul, who actually translates for Shonen Jump on there, and he said he made them like that on purpose with a speech impediment. Alright, there you go. Explanation over.
Well, they might just speak in Kansai-ben, which is a different region of Japan where they speak.
No, he knows what he's talking about, okay, Zay? I know you know Japanese, but this dude knows what he's talking about.
I know, but he might have explained it that way for the simplicity. Okay, now make sure to
no.
land on the roof.
Oh boy, here it goes.
Round 1, fight.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Shoryuken! Alright.
Hadouken!
Back to flying. If you kick off properly, wow! I have no idea who's saying that. Everybody's saying it at once, I guess. They'll get you. They'll help you get more air. I don't know. Bartholomew is like, I feel like a balloon. Wahoo! Just be careful. Just be careful of attacks from below. 4th step, flower field. As we make our way to the flower field on the 4th step. Got it! As Robin and Rebecca, I almost said it too, say at once. Got it!
Alright, and then we got a huge fight scene here for Blue Fire.
Outside of the Smile Factory. Alright, we got an idea how to open the factory. Does Trey do Frankie's voice or?
I don't care. Either way.
Right. Is that true, Tontadas? In the meantime, stop yours. I'm on it. On top of Pika's statue, and he sees Zoro going in against Pika, the real Pika. In town, Sabo versus Fujitora. And yeah, no pun intended, but that fight's starting to heat up. And
dumb. Baka. Alright, and then the next panel here, second step, base of the palace. And Cavendish says, "Hey, Straw Hat!" And then Luffy says, "Cabbage, come on, don't hold me back!" He says, "Hear out my plan!" And then over to the palace. "Hey, Duffy, hey! Where'd you send that string joker?" "To make a delivery, but it seems like... to make a delivery, but it seems I needn't have bothered." And Doflamingo's sitting there in his throne room with Diamante and Treble at his side. He says, "Do you remember the first day we met Law?" "Oh, yeah, he was real crazy. He had a mean look in his eyes," Diamante says. "He was a lot like me as a kid," Doflamingo says. "I had a premonition that in 10 years he could be my right-hand man. Such a shame that I've got to kill him myself." And then we see a flashback. "Intruder, don't touch him. He's strapped with bombs." "What?" Trey? Trey, you there?
Yeah.
Mic check. You want to do the last page there?
Okay, he says,
In your best Joker voice.
"Let me into your pirate crew." "Hey, who let this kid into our turf?" "I want to destroy everything I see." "What?" "Towns, houses, people. I want to destroy it all. I was raised in a white town. I shall have the ultimate revenge." Sorry, it was Sonic Adventure Battle 2 reference. Okay, but yeah. And he goes, "I don't have much longer to live. And then we have a picture of Doflamingo looking crazy, Law looking like that kid, and then we have Law in the present, like looking all depressed about his past and stuff. Yeah.
Dude, no, we have Law looking like a Pakistani suicide bomber or something. Dude, he's got grenades strapped to him. Dude, he looks crazy. He's got grenades all over him.
Grenade! It's now or nothing.
He's insane. What is wrong with dude? What in the world? What did y'all think of this chapter, and especially that last little...
How insane Law is?
Yeah.
You know. Well, he went from killing people to saving lives. Right?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Well, true. Well, maybe he earned his reputation early. They call him the Dark Surgeon. So maybe this is part of that dark element. He was pretty crazy when he was younger.
Speaking of Dark Surgeon,
Say what?
Dark Surgeon, that was also what they called, if I can remember his name. I can't remember his name. He gives Hiei in Yu Yu Hakusho his Jagan Eye. They called him that. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought, this is like what I've been waiting for the whole time, this Law flashback. So if I had to take another break, this is the perfect time to do it. The perfect and the worst time, but it was good to know that something good is coming after a week.
Suspense.
But, yeah, I mean, Law just looks insane, and his brother, Doflamingo's brother, Corazon, I guess if he helped out Law, he must not be bad, or he must not be that bad.
Corazon.
And Jambi coming in to help the rest of the, Straw Hat crew is awesome. Everything's shaping up to be awesome. That'll be awesome.
Also, like, I don't know if anyone noticed it, but Dofla has a key. So do you think he has a key to Law's handcuffs now?
Where is that at?
The page before the last page.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, he might have it, yeah. Because he talked about that.
Ooh, okay. One more thing. If you look down right beside that, it says keep out. There's a sign. Is a white town like something where they use experimentation for like Smiley or something? Or whatever that chemical they're producing.
Smile?
Smile.
Yeah.
Smile. I feel like that's what it is, what they tested it on or something.
You're saying that Law's a smile, his power came from that?
No, he's a victim or something.
Well, no, but he may have been, you know how they were, like, testing on kids and stuff? He could have been, like, a subject.
Yeah. Possible.
Possible.
Alright. That being said, do you guys have anything else to add about anime and whatnot?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
apparently,
actually, guys, I have to go. I have a appointment I have to go to. No.
Well.
Alright,
I have
Trey?
something to add.
Yes.
Well, I will see you guys and make sure I get to the last. We're gonna have to edit me some more words in so I can give my thoughts out to Chrono and to Kai.
We're gonna, like, sound like
Alright.
Alright.
That's fine, Trey.
And with that, I shall be off.
Jamatane.
Sweat we know.
Ciao.
Alright, so Bluefire, what were you saying? Alright, so Zay was just about to tell us something you had for anime related.
Yep, because you guys aren't excited enough. Eat your heart out, Sword Art Online fans. The first episode came out this past weekend.
Woo! Have you seen it? Have you seen the episode yet?
I have not.
Bluefire, have you seen Sword Art Online?
I watched, like, maybe the first 3 episodes. It's not like it was bad or anything. Actually, a cousin of mine was interested in it, and I watched it with him. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like, really, it's pretty creepy, though. Like, you're stuck in that game, people are getting out.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty bad.
It gets way better at the first 3. Like, 5 episodes in, I'd say, is when the real
action.
Yeah, story starts. I guess the rest of it is just kind of like a build up or something, or like to give some background.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it was like, I stopped maybe through it was like a Christmas episode. And
Oh, that one was creepy. That was extra creepy.
yeah, then like the group that he was traveling with gets wiped out.
Yeah, the black
And-
cats.
Yeah, and the girl that was a part of the group like leaves a voicemail or something. She's like singing a Christmas carol. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yep, it was creepy. It's not like that after that. He's all doom and gloom right there. But he gets
Yeah.
happy later.
Got those blues.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't bad, so I might continue it. I might read the manga.
I was gonna say at first when you said you only went to episode 3, I thought you were about to say it was bad because Trey only watched to like episode 3 or something. Then he's like, it's like all filler. It's like watching a bunch of filler episodes. I told him, I was like, go back and watch it.
Yeah, that's my only beef with it. Maybe is just how far ahead they skip. Like I think they spent 2 episodes on like the first level and they jumped to like level 40 something.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird, but that's probably my only beef with it. But I can understand because there's like 100 levels to the game or whatever, and you can't like dwell on every single level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess maybe if they transition a little better. But that's really my only beef. I'm nitpicking.
Anything else y'all want to add about anime or anything? Any anime related news you've heard? Oh, this is not really. I guess it's not really anime. It's animated. You all know the Mighty Number 9 game that's coming out.
Mighty Number 9. Yeah.
Made by the Mega Man creator, which is basically funded by a Kickstarter. Yeah, Kickstarter, which is crazy, and it's coming to Wii U too. They're coming out with an animated series for Mighty Number 9, so that was cool.
And they're bringing is it Doraemon? I think they're bringing over here. Disney bought it or something like that.
Oh, okay.
The cat.
Yeah, the cat
Who's the
thing, the blue
cat?
cat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bringing that over. I think. Disney bought it at some point, I guess.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like
All right.
Disney's trying to expand their spiel.
Yeah, they own Studio Ghibli already, don't they, or whatever the rights to their
Yeah.
the American distribution. Yeah, something like that.
Totoro and Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, all that stuff. Yeah.
Basically all the Miyazaki hits.
What's that?
Said basically all the Miyazaki hits.
Yeah. And the recent one, The Wind Rises or something, right? You got that one? The Wind Rises.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen it either. It was in theaters this past Christmas.
Ooh, the Dragon Ball Z movie is coming to theater soon.
Ooh.
Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods.
I've seen ads for that.
Yeah, you going to it?
Mayhaps if they show it here.
Well, I'm already planning to go. First day it's out. August 5th, let's go. Yep, me and Zoldyck-Zay will be going there together, I'm sure.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep. Alright, anything else with anime? I know I asked everybody if they could recommend us some anime to watch, because this was Bluefire's idea. If you want to recommend us some anime to watch, we'll do it. We'll watch like at least a couple episodes of it, give our thoughts on it and all that, and recommend to others or whatever. Right? That was your idea?
Oh yeah. Tell them what you think about Mirai Nikki if you ever get the chance. All the fans out there need to tell us about it, because I don't want to watch anymore because it's creeping me out, and I might have to because it was getting really good, but it creeped me out.
I never heard of it.
I've never heard of that one either.
It's the Future Diary is what it's called in English, but it's about like a bunch of people are chosen by this deity kind of guy, and he gives them all these future diaries, they're called, and the main character has one on his phone that it like updates every couple of minutes, and it tells him like future events that are going to happen to him, like this part of the building's about to get shot with a rocket, so you better back up or something like that kind of thing.
Well, so I mean, it's his future self sending this to him, or is it just someone else from the future?
Yeah, it's like some god figure kind of person who controls all of this, and he's sending it's like an automatic update thing. It just kind of tells him what's going to happen. And then there's this crazy chick in there who hers is like it's a future diary, but it tells her all about what's going to happen to him. So she ends up saving him a couple times, stuff like that, but she's insane. She's totally insane. Not to give too much away, but she's insane. And the point is that like they all got to find each other and take each other out. So they because the last one standing gets to take over the position. Gets to take over the position of the god person or whatever who's holding the tournament, kind of thing. It was pretty interesting.
So the people who are getting these messages and stuff are supposed to take out other people who are getting these messages.
Yep.
But if they get messages to save each other, they could just not save each other.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of like that. And each person, their future diary is a little bit different. Like it'll tell them about what's going to happen specifically about something else, but his just kind of tells him what's going to happen. It doesn't tell him if it's dangerous or not.
Oh.
It's kind of...
It sounds interesting. I'm going to have to read it to get a better grasp.
Yeah, it's weird.
Cool.
Nikki.
Alright, yep, and if you have any other suggestions of other anime segments or things you would like to add to the show for us, we'd be welcome to accept offers and look at your thoughts and all that. Alright, anything else, guys?
Guess that's about it.
Let's go into the Super Smash Bros. Segment.
Uh-oh.
Welcome to the Super Smash Bros. Segment of the TK Podcast. We're going to start out with, I think I shot you this link, Bluefire, the page on Super Smash Bros. Or on the SmashBros.com website has a character creation. I wanted to just take a look at this page real quick. It goes over some stuff that we know already, like that everybody has 3 versions of each of the special attacks except for Palutena and Mii fighters and whatnot.
Right.
But there's some other stuff on here, and you're welcome to point out whatever you see. One line that I saw is you cannot use custom parts when playing with anyone online. Please use these when playing with friends. So that was cool.
Well, yeah, I think we sort of glossed over that last week. It does sort of set a balance. Yeah, because I don't really know how you can rig it just yet, but yeah, if you found something that was cheap or something that will help you stall out a match, that would exactly be fun. It sort of puts people on somewhat even ground, so I guess you rely more on skill than, trickery.
Right. and this equipable items section, was that in the Smash Direct earlier in the year?
Well, I don't know if this was, but I know they talked about the little game and stuff that you could play on the 3DS where you get stuff that boosts stats, but I don't think this was per se.
Yeah, because this says Wii U, and it's talking about equipable items equipable items are classified as another type of custom part. You can use these to power up fighters. What do y'all think of this? They have gloves, outfit, shoes. I mean, it doesn't actually show on the character, but it makes them stronger, faster, and all that.
Well, I mean, I guess if you like certain characters, but their stats aren't up to par, I guess. So if you like Mario, because they show Mario, but you want him to be faster, instead of being like, kind of pokey, I guess it helps in that, but it's weird.
Yeah. And it's something else to collect in the other game modes, it says. But something that was very important that they added, which is it might not be completely broken, because they said it's not a simple matter of powering up every attribute, though. You can make it tougher for opponents to send you flying away, but pay for it with slower movement, or you can move more quickly, but offset that advantage with weaker attacks. Your character's strength changes with each of the adjustments you make.
Right. So yeah, it's really more geared to what you like, because some people don't also necessarily go in for heavy attacks. They like to chip away and slowly bump up your damage. So I guess, like I said, it kind of varies on the type of player you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. All right. And my favorite part at the bottom of the page here is it says the custom parts. You can also change your fighter's hat and clothing.
That Wonka me is sick.
Yeah, Willy Wonka me, one with a flower in her hair, a Tron me, like a Tron outfit, and a football player.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh man, yeah, that's great. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, awesome. All right, let's move to the miiverse photos. You got those up, Bluefire?
Give me a sec.
The miiverse updates. All right.
Okay, continue.
All right, so this is the Smash Bros. Miiverse segment here. We're gonna look. I mentioned the Mii Gunner thing, but I want to look at it in more detail. It says, pick of the day, the Mii Gunner in a suit, looking sharp. The arm cannon's design will change depending on the outfit, but the attacks and projectiles will be the same. What y'all think? Nothing? Well, here, let me open your eyes a little bit. First of all, it shows another custom Mii outfits, which how many of those are there? Good gracious. And also, the arm cannon's design will change depending on the outfit. That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
That's so much detail. It's crazy. Are they really doing it? That's insane to me. And also that Rosalina. I know if Trey was here, he'd be going crazy over that Rosalina dress like he did last episode.
More wiggle.
Wiggle. Alright, well, we'll move on to the next one then. This one is everybody's favorite Mega Man. Pick of the day, Mega Man EXE and Mega Man Volnut. They only appear for a split second, but the modeling is so detailed, and if that's the case, ...
Stop trolling.
How can we not use it for a trophy creation? Today's update is a rare mix of Wii U and 3DS images in the same post.
Stop trolling.
Sakurai is a troll. I wanted to shoot him after I saw this.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Oh, I wanted to kill him.
You better not do that with Zero. Don't you dare.
Oh, man.
Zero.
What do you think of this, Bluefire? So it probably confirms, if we learn anything from him trolling about Zero Suit Samus and Palutena and that stuff, that there are Mega Man alternate costumes. Plus we have, other characters that have alternate costumes, but Mega Man alternate costumes from the different iterations would be so awesome.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
Because he says, hey, they're so detailed, and pointing out. And, yeah, I think that's coming. I think the Mega Man fans will be happy. Everybody will be happy. And even though we had to deal with Sakurai's troll.
I mean,
yep.
I guess I sort of foreshadowed that with the
with the what?
With the final, because it's basically Mega Man through the generations also.
I'm sorry, you broke up a little
his
bit.
Final Smash is a whole bunch of different versions of Mega Man. So
Yeah.
I was saying that. What? Hello?
Yeah. We're good.
Oh, yeah, His Final Smash is like a bunch of different Mega Man from the different generations, so I guess it's sort of, fits the motif.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was where that picture was from his Final Smash, probably, or part of it or something. Yep, the crazy troll Sakurai. Alright, and moving on to the next one. Pick of the day, Pac-Maze is a stage exclusive to the 3DS version, created in the Pac-Man motif. If you eat 100 Pac dots, power pellets will appear in your color.
What? May I just say Kirby is the OG for different costumes?
Oh boy.
Yep. Sorry, Kirby.
For alternate costumes?
Yes.
Alright, well, what else did y'all think about the Pac-Man stage?
I guess it's pretty cool. I was trying to make it an interactive game within a game, kind of like that horrible Donkey Kong stage in Brawl.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like... You talking about the one that moves up, right?
No, the original Donkey Kong, where it's like the little pixelated Kong that moves back and forth, and the trampolines are
Oh, yeah, where he throws the stuff at you and all that. Oh, my gosh, that stage. And then you get lit on fire by things, yeah.
Yep. My question is, are you getting hit by the ghosts in the Pac-Man level?
My question is, what will the Wii U Pac-Man stage be? Or will they have one?
Man.
What do you think?
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, I guess they probably would. Wasn't there like a 3D Pac-Man a while back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd,
I think there's a new one for the
so,
Wii
I mean,
U,
it's
too.
possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's possible.
Hey, you're breaking up a little bit, too, there, Bluefire, just so you know.
I guess because I stepped away from my phone. Hang on.
Okay. Okay. Well, while you're doing that, this next
Yeah.
picture here, pick of the day, Sakurai says, the Mii Gunner side smash attack may have the farthest reach of all the side smashes, as should be expected from a firearms expert. Looks like the attack missed this time, though.
Because Kirby.
So who Zay mains in Smash. But yeah, what do you think of the Smash attack?
If they're really trying to, Rocco for Smash. But if they're really trying to boost the appeal of using the Mii fighters.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just really cool how they reinvented the Smash attacks as projectiles, even though it's kind of crazy. Like Mega Man Smash attack and now them. Yeah, that's really cool to me. Because the first time I saw it in the, I saw this in the Nintendo Direct thing or whatever, the Mii's, and this like gunner's attack. I thought it was a projectile, which they probably do have projectiles too, but that's crazy that that's a Smash attack.
Am I the only one who thinks at some point Link should have had, like if he was at 0% damage, he should still have his Master Sword light beam?
Well, you can shoot beams, yeah.
Yeah, he should have that. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because if Lucario gets more power as he gets damaged, Link should have something when he starts. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so long as his damage is at 0, or if it reaches a really low percentage, he can fire beams from his sword. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Make it happen, Sakurai. Make it happen.
I'm sure he will.
Make it happen.
But speaking of Smash attacks, pick of the day. I talked about an attack with a far reach in yesterday's post, but it didn't compare to Palutena's up smash. No joke. It reaches really far. It reached so far in this shot that even the rocket barrels got blown up. Holy crap.
Big
That's all I gotta say.
Light
That's
pillar.
a smash attack, okay? That is a smash attack.
A light pillar.
What do y'all think of that?
Looks like you could rain down some death.
Yeah, she's, right.
OP confirmed.
Oh, you confirm.
And also on the second, like underneath that post, Sakurai says, that said, if we're talking just about range, even that can't beat Palutena's power Heavenly Light. It has quite a damage field. However, this is a no-flinch attack, which means the opponents won't react to the damage. That's crazy, too. And very interesting, yeah. So basically, Palautina's like a beast, except she probably moves kind of slow. Just has strong, powerful magic attacks or something.
Yep. No match for Link.
Right.
Minus her other power, which hopefully is a custom one where you speed up faster than Sonic. She's crazy. I don't know.
Cheap.
What do y'all think? Anything else about that? Anything else about Palutena and those pictures and stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Meh.
Okay, cool. Well, just to encourage our listeners here, Kai had a question, one of our listeners and one of our TK crew members here, Kazuko. He had a question last week that I kind of was confused about and messed up and all that. But he basically, to make it short, is complaining that Mario Kart had all those like half-baked online modes, like such as, you know, like it being difficult to get friends in the lobby and, you know, all that stuff, and much more. He goes into a lot of detail, but it boils down to, he says, with all this half-baked travesty, one wonders if the Smash Bros. Online mode will suffer from the same mistake. Do you think there will be no way to invite friends other than psychically knowing you want them to join?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess you could send them a notice or something, but I don't know. Hopefully they don't screw it up like they did with Mario Kart.
Yeah, where you just like see the flag, you know, and you had to basically, you know, look in your front. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you basically.
But I mean, even the Wii version was kind of like that too. I was saying even the Wii version was kind of like that too.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't do that with Smash, and they let us in requests or something somehow. You know, like invites. That would be awesome. Please give us some invites. Some game invites or something. I know they're trying to avoid it because, you know, Nintendo's worried about the little kids on there and all that stuff, and trying to be family friendly. When you get into the invite to game stuff and the messages and all that stuff, you could get like older people talking to little kids and all that. But dude, at this point, it's unavoidable. And if your kid's not old enough to be talking to people, I don't know if they should be.
Shouldn't be online.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Nintendo, get over it. I guess is what I'm saying. Alright, cool. Alright, wrapping up the Smash Bros. Segment. Anything else about Smash Bros. you heard, you want to say, or anything before we wrap up that? Alright, cool. Back to the, what we'll just call the fighters segment here. Oh, I guess we can add this in there, since it's about fighters. With Smash Bros., there's a technique called short hopping. Do you use that much, Bluefire?
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Yeah. Well, do any of you guys want to explain it to us, or do you want me to explain it?
I mean, it's basically like you jumping just barely off the ground, and if you like use it with movement, you can sort of like bait whoever you're fighting, I guess, to make them think that you're getting close to them. Yeah, kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, and like it also, if you use like short hop, if you do short hop, which is just like basically just lightly pressing on the jump button, and then you use like an aerial attack, like a forward or back aerial, you can recover like a lot quicker. You know, you'll be close to the ground so they can't get underneath you, and then you can kind of pressure on their shield without much lag after you land. Like when you land, you'll be able to recover immediately almost.
And in most characters, there's a big improvement with the air. Like Kirby's side B hammer, when it spins while you're in the air instead of being that super slow on the ground hammer, or Kirby's side kick or back kick, I guess. That would help quite a bit if I can do it.
Yeah, no, that's just we're gonna do a new little bit called Smash Dojo, which is what we just did. Just talking about like little different techniques in Smash Brothers that'll help out. And short hopping is definitely one of them. It's real easy to do, but at the same time, it's hard to do it in the moment, especially really fast, trying to press the button lightly, really fast at the same time without pressing down all the way. But it's a good technique to have, especially if you're like a Game & Watch player and you're trying to use his back air, which is that turtle. Short hop turtle is pretty OP.
Because this is Brawl, not Melee, so no wave dashing. No wave dashing.
Alright. Even in Melee, short hopping is good.
Yep.
Alright, but moving on. Evo. Y'all know about Evo? I've told you.
No, of Evo.
Yeah, Evo is the biggest fighting game tournament around, and it is happening this weekend. They have a big lineup of games, including Super Smash Bros. Melee, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Tekken Tag 2, Injustice, King of Fighters, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and Killer Instinct, and Blaze Blue, Chrono Phantasmal. Mostly, I've only played Injustice and Smash Bros. Well, I played most of the games, never mind. But mostly we're going to focus on Injustice and Smash. Yeah. So I think I shot you the Bluefire. I think I shot you the Evo schedule there, stream schedule. Since a lot of our listeners here are fighting gamers and all that, it starts on Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which for Eastern guys that would be 3 hours later, which would be 12 a.m. with Smash Melee pools, Injustice is in there, and Tekken Tag, Ultra Street Fighter 4. And there's 3 different streams: Twitch.tv SRK Evo 1, and then the same thing with SRK Evo 2, and then Twitch.tv Capcom Fighters, which will just have Street Fighter pools. But it lasts all the way through the weekend, and most notably, Injustice Finals are 12 p.m. on Saturday Pacific time, or 3 p.m. for Eastern, and Melee Finals are on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, or 4 p.m. Eastern. Cool. And that's all we're going to say about Evo. It's going to be awesome. Check it out. Bluefire and Zoldyck-Zay, y'all should check it out too. Yep.
And they have Smash.
Check out some of it. It's really cool. Even if you don't watch any other things the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Or the rest of the year. Any other fighting streams? Should definitely check out that one. All right. So, a listener question here from Jambi son. I'll also try and get Trey in on this later. He says, now with Capcom losing the rights to like Marvel and stuff like that, which I don't know if y'all heard about that, but they lost the rights to Marvel. They used to do the Marvel vs. Capcom games, but they lost all those rights because Capcom has gone downhill and is now being bought out by everybody. Is open to buyout. What would y'all like to see for the next Capcom versus game? That's what he wants to do.
Capcom versus?
Like, just imagine if Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo bought Capcom or Sony.
Oh, Sony. If Sony bought it, they could have some characters in there. Because they also got Metal Gear Solid. So they could have Raiden and Snake and all them, the new Metal Gear Solid, so they could have all the characters that they own.
Well, I'll go ahead and say it. Smash versus Capcom. Capcom versus Smash. That would be awesome. Nintendo versus Capcom. Please. Oh my goodness. That would be awesome. I will cry.
You will cry? Cry.
Or maybe if, okay, I can see this two ways. If it was Marvel vs. Capcom style with Nintendo characters, that would be kind of crazy and awesome, but maybe hard to do. But maybe something easier to do for looking far into the future for the next Smash Bros. Would be buying some of these Capcom characters to add to Mega Man, some of that, and making a Smash Bros. Style game, you know, with Capcom characters in it.
They already have one. It's called Smash Bros. It's got Mega Man.
No, more of them. That would be awesome. But it wouldn't be Smash Bros. It would be like Smash versus Capcom or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But I don't think that will happen. I doubt that will happen. All right, any other suggestions of what could happen with Capcom versus future titles?
Capcom versus Shonen.
Well, I don't know how successful well, yeah, that would be pretty cool too. I thought about that. I don't know how successful that Tatsunoko versus Capcom was. I don't think they can make a sequel to that.
Yeah.
But Smash versus Shonen Jump would be interesting.
Oh yeah. SK, Spirit Gun, OP.
Oh boy.
Definitely.
Okay. And now for our Fighters Dojo segment. Okay, I know you guys aren't as crazy about fighting games as me and Trey, but I'll try and get him in on this too. But this is our last segment, Fighters Dojo, which will be a weekly thing. But for this segment, I just wanted to talk about spacing. Like, how would you explain spacing in fighting games and how important it is and how to do it properly, I guess?
Spacing isn't like keeping the person away from you or far enough for you to anticipate moves or...
All of that, yeah. I guess it's like about, you know, putting them on the screen like making sure your opponent is at a certain spot on the screen, like where you want them to be on the screen, you know?
Yep.
Like, say, for example, in Injustice, you're a character like Sinestro who has good projectiles and a good far away game, where you're gonna like space them out to be full screen as much as you can, and where they get in close in that neutral game when you're like right beside each other, but you don't want to press any buttons because you might get punished. It's important to like know where their reach is and where their spacing is, like where their attacks are. Like, for example, Ares has this back Y move or back one move that will reach pretty far as a back elbow. He like sticks his elbow out, and you have to know like where that range is at so you don't get hit by it. But at the same time, you know, if you're Sinestro, you have a move like back 1-2 or back YX that reaches pretty far too. So you might want to be able to keep Ares where he can't get to you, but you can get to him. Although I think Ares back one might beat out Sinestro's. But yeah, just like that, you know what I mean? I don't know, like even in Smash, this works too. Like if you have Donkey Kong has like really good reach with his tilt moves, like his forward tilt and stuff like that. So if you're playing Smash Bros and you're fighting Donkey Kong versus Lucas or something, you would be able to space him out to where you can hit him with forward tilt, but all he can do is really either jump over you or he can throw a projectile, but you can block it pretty easily with a shield. But you can still kind of harass him by being like just at the end of that tilt move area where you can just slap him over and over again and keep like walking back. You know what I mean?
Sort of.
Lucas would destroy Donkey Kong. Sorry.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
Yep.
But it might be important too, like in fighting games and Smash and all that, to kind of let your opponent know where your moves are at, like where you can reach, like throw out your certain moves to know, like, you know, this is my space right now. I'm occupying this space. Like, for example, like Aquaman. Aquaman's the best character with that. Like, he has a good uppercut. So if you, like, do the down uppercut, they know that they can't jump right there. That's your space. And you can space them out to where they can't jump in on you without getting hit by that. But at the same time, they can't move forward without getting hit by your attacks or whatever. So, yep, that wraps up the Fighters Dojo for this week. I'll also get Trey in on that. And anything else y'all wanted to add to the show in general? Just some fun stuff.
Get excited because Hunter x Hunter started back up. So keep reading that.
Yes.
Finally.
Blue Fire, you've been keeping up with Hunter x Hunter?
No.
Yes, you need
I have
to.
read it. Okay. But yeah, surprised you didn't tell him about the One Piece game. Didn't it come out today?
Yeah, I meant to talk about that. I thought I must not have talked about it. Yeah, I was going to give a review of One Piece Unlimited World Red, but somehow, and it's supposed to come out today, but somehow, it might be updated now, but all last night I was waiting for it to update and come on, but it never came on eShop. It still said come in 7/8, you know, July 8th, and it would never get up. And then even this morning I woke up early just, look, we were recording just so the viewers know, we were recording at 10 o'clock in the morning. I woke up earlier just so I could play this game, get this game, and, you know, review it for y'all. But it still was not on eShop. Nintendo, step it up. What in the world? If the game's coming out July 8th, it should be there at midnight, July 8th. So there you go. Seriously, I was waiting there.
Oh, yeah, that,
Yeah, did you hear that, Nintendo? Reggie, since you're listening to this?
Of course.
Feels amazing.
Get your body ready and get your games ready.
Get your games ready. Have them out on time, okay? Yep. When people are worried on miiverse about, like, Smash Bros. Being delayed to, you know, past December, past this year into 2015, people.
Oh, that'll be 2 years.
People. Let me ease your worries. It's not going to happen. Amiibo is coming out this year as well, and that is heavily tied to Smash Bros. Like, all the line basically that they're coming out with for Amiibo is tied to Smash Bros. And you could say that will work with the 3DS or whatever, you know, so they can still do that. But no. All right, these people want to use them in their homes, on their home consoles, and also, how badly does Nintendo need to sell Wii U's? And is Bayonetta going to sell Wii U's? No, it's not. Is, what's the other game? Oh, Hyrule Warriors going to sell Wii U's?
Yes, maybe.
No, it's
Maybe.
awesome. It's maybe so a little bit. But what is the broad appeal of Nintendo? It's Smash Bros. Okay,
And
that's their
Zelda.
big game for this year. They have Mario Kart, which sold a good amount of consoles, but they need one more for the holiday season.
Now next
Console
year.
seller, which is Smash Bros. It's coming out this year. Don't worry.
Now next year, if Smash Bros. Did get delayed,
No.
I would have to buy the new Zelda before Smash Bros. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Open world Zelda.
No.
Open world
Although
Zelda.
I love Zelda, but no.
Open world Zelda.
Smash is top tier. Smash is top tier. That's even above Zelda, which is hard to do. Okay. Silence. Everybody, silence. Okay. Silence.
Well, I think it's like that because it's all the flagship series in one, I guess.
Yeah.
Or just because it takes that and then the fighting element. So,
Yeah.
It is sort of in a league of its own.
Yes.
It's in a league of its own.
Yeah, wasn't Brawl like one of the greatest selling games of all time or something?
Yeah. It was one of the greatest selling games.
Probably, yeah.
If you like take out all the big seller games that everyone buys, like Call of Duty, then yeah, it sold really well.
Alright.
And actually, the Wii U did not do that bad on its first year. It actually sold more than an Xbox 360s did, I'm pretty sure, on the first year. but you know, they started dwindling. The cash cow right now is still the
they didn't. Right. Yeah, I don't think they didn't take full advantage of their launch window. No one else was doing anything in the last few months, and they didn't really churn out too much.
Yeah.
Oh, on IGN, if y'all didn't see, guess who won E3 according to all the viewers? Over 49%. 49% voted for Nintendo winning over Sony and Microsoft and the press. All right. Well, anything else we need to add to the podcast? Anything else we need to talk about, people? Who's hyped for the Pokemon remake?
Oh yeah.
What?
Who's hyped for the Pokemon remake, Generation 3 remake?
That's been, people have been going on about that forever. They've even made a meme out of it, like people conspiracy theories. They're gonna come up with a Ruby and Sapphire remake.
Yeah. Oh man, Mega Swampert though. Woo!
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool.
He was looking buff. He hit the gym hard.
Yeah.
He was ready to go.
Yeah, it's gonna look pretty cool.
No, Mega Grovyle, dude. I want to.
I am pretty hyped for Hyrule Warriors though. I know I kind of brushed off earlier, but I'm hyped for it. But it's just in the shadow of Smash right now.
Sad.
I'm just curious about new potential characters you can use. I'm still tripping off the bug catcher girl. That's just so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. If anybody didn't see that announcement, what was her name?
I can't remember.
Yeah. But in Dynasty Warriors, they'll have tons of characters. That's just like a classic thing for them. They have tons of characters, tons of weapons. They always do that. So.
I think that's like to me, that's like one of the issues with Zelda. There aren't too many like memorable support characters.
Yeah, it's pretty focused around just Link.
Yeah. But I guess if there was anyone happen to like, maybe they'll put Tingle in there.
That'd be awesome. Tingle confirmed. No, not really, but maybe it'll happen. All right. Well, I think we can end it here. We've been going on for a while with our shenanigans. But Bluefire, where can they contact you?
All right. Yeah, I've got a Twitter page now. You can find me. Twitter page is at Azure_Ursus. TK Blue Fire, I think is a thing. And then on miiverse, my me name is Bluefirecrashdwn. You take the the W out. Take the L out. Sorry.
Oh,
and me name is TK Blue.
Yeah. What about you, Zay?
What do you mean?
Where can they contact you?
This is gonna get a little. It's at Kaze no Hyrule. So Kaze, like wind in Japanese, Kazeno Hyrule, because you guys know how to spell Hyrule, I'm assuming. Hopefully.
And on miiverse?
Zoldyck-Zay, like Hunter x Hunter, Killua Zoldyck, Zoldyck -Zay.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay. And for me, you can find me on Twitter at KingsHaki, Kings_Hockey. And that might help if you need to find these two with their complicated names. Just look at my followers or who I follow. And also on miiverse, you can find me at OP KingsHaki. And for Trey, who is not with us at the moment, you can find him at Roronoatrey 15 on Twitter and Roronoatrey 15 on miiverse as well. All right, and with that being said, thanks for joining us, Zay, and glad to have our now permanent host, Bluefire, back with us again. See y'all later.
Triforce.
It is.